That's fine. There you are.
Thank you.
Gee, that's swell photography. Well, we better get to the hotel and get our things packed, because the boat sails at 12 o'clock tonight.
Not for me, it doesn't.
What do you mean?
I've decided to stay a while. In fact, if my plans work out right, I may never go back.
Well, you got to go back or we'll lose our job at the fish market in Des Moines.
So what? There are plenty of figures here in Paris. Garçon.
Oui, monsieur.
Another glass of milk and 2 fresh straws.
You know what? I think you're hiding something from me.
Roses are red, candy is sweet. This is something I sent you to eat. Ollie.
Oh, too funny. But the flowers are beautiful.
Who is he? He's the American guest, number 4. But we must not ridicule his generosity. Really, he and his friend are very kind. Mr. Harvey?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to thank you for your photograph.
You're welcome.
And for the beautiful flowers.
Oh, shucks. It was just a thought.
And the delicious chocolates.
Well, I thought maybe you might want something to nibble on while you were smelling the flowers.
Oh.
What are you so happy about?
Stanley, can you keep a secret?
Sure.
I'm in love.
You don't tell me. Who is it?
The most gorgeous creature in the world. Georgette, the innkeeper's daughter.
Well, I don't blame you. She sure is a swell dish.
She certainly...
Yes, sir.
Don't call her a dish. She's the girl I'm going to marry. Get a load of this diamond ring.
Boy, it sure is a load. Yes, sir. Say, when are you going to get married?
Just as soon as I ask her.
Why don't you ask her now, then we can all go out and celebrate?
That's just what I intended to do. We'll get cleaned up and I'll go down and pop the question.
That's a good idea. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun now. You sure can pick them. I never saw anything like you.
What are you doing with that cushion?
Well, I keep on bumping my head. See?
Move it in front of the window where you can stand up. How anyone could be so stupid as to stand there and continually bump their head is beyond me. Oh!
Why don't you stand in the window?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Oh. Well, it is all this. A holiday of some sort, eh? What is it?
It's this. The girl thinks he's funny.
Yes, this funny, yes. But remember, Georgette, you are a married woman, and Francois is a little bit jealous.
Oh, Papa, he's not serious.
Oh, yes.
That's just the American way of having fun.
Yes, yes,
Huh?
it might be. Well, run along, you girls. There's plenty to work with. Come. Francois! Francois!
It is so good to see you.
After such a long time, why didn't you let us know you were coming?
I wanted to surprise Georgette. Where is she?
Georgette! Georgette!
Yes, Papa? Francois! Oh, darling.
Oh, my darling Georgette, I've waited every day, every hour, every minute.
My poor Francois. Oh, I worried about you way out in that lonely post in Morocco.
Oh, it was lonely, terribly lonely, but that's all over now. I've got great news for you. I made arrangements for you to join me when I go back.
Oh, darling, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, Francois. You must be hungry. I'll get you something to eat.
Well, how about a nice cool drink?
Well, that's great. It'll just put me in the mood. Yes, sir.
Throw it over your shoulder.
What can I do for you?
My friend and I would like a bottle of wine. And bring 3 glasses.
3 glasses?
We thought maybe you'd like to join us. You know, I feel as fidgety as a jitterbug.
You do?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Well, I'm nervous. You know, Stanley, this will be the first time I've ever been married.
Say, now's the business. Go on now. Why don't you? Oh, go on. What's the matter? You scared? I'll tell her for you.
No, not now.
I know just how you feel. Let me fix it for you.
Oh.
I can fix it. Just see. Say, he's got something to tell you.
Something to tell me?
Yeah, he's nuts about you.
Nuts?
Just plain nuts.
Oh, wait.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, he's crazy about you. He's going to marry you. Aren't you, Ollie? Go on, stop coughing.
You want to marry me?
Well, that is, if you don't mind.
Oh, honestly, you make fun of me.
No, he's not kidding. He's on the level. Aren't you, Ollie?
Why, certainly. I was never more sincere in my life.
That's very nice of you, I'm sure. But that can never be.
Oh, won't you give me one chance, Georgette?
Go on, why don't you?
Is there someone else?
Oh, yes. Very much so. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's that. No use crying over spilt milk. Well, I guess we'd better be going, eh? Come on, we'll...
You go ahead.
What's the matter? Aren't you going out with me?
I want to be alone.
darling?
No, darling, but it's absolutely necessary I report to headquarters.
You'll be back right away?
Just as quick as I can.
Don't worry about it. You'll get over it all right.
To think that this would happen to me, just at a time in my life when I needed something real, something wholesome, something tender.
Why don't you try a nice, fat, juicy steak? That'll make you feel better if you have something to eat.
You don't understand. Get me some smelling salts. Oh. Oh.
That better, Mel? Well, come on.
Get this off! Put some water on my head. Oh. Get a towel.
There. Now, is that better?
Make it wet. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes. Leave me alone.
Don't talk to me like that after all the hospital I've given you. Try to give you candy and nice, fat, juicy steaks. I've waited on you with your hands and feet. Tried to tell you that there's plenty more girls. You have to worry about that. If I felt as bad as you, I'd go and drown myself.
Stanley, you've given me an idea.
What?
I'm going to follow your advice.
Good.
And drown myself.
Oh, wait a minute now. Listen, I was only kidding.
This is no time for kidding.
I know, but don't you think you ought to think it over? Have you ever been drowned before?
I have thought it over, and since Georgette has given me the air, I have nothing left to live for.
Oh, don't be silly.
What do you mean, don't be silly? This is a far, far better thing I do now than I have ever done before.
Well, standing so... Well, goodbye, Ollie.
Goodbye, Stan.
Good luck.
Where are you going?
Well, I don't want to get my name dragged into this. What's this for?
Now, when I count 3, we'll both jump in.
What have I got to jump in there for? I'm not in love.
So that's the kind of a guy you are. After all I've done for you, you let me jump in there alone. Do you realize that after I'm gone, that you just go on living by yourself? People would stare at you and wonder what you are, and I wouldn't be here to tell them. There'd be no one to protect you? Do you want that to happen to you?
I never thought of that. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, Ollie. I didn't mean to be so dispolite.
That's all right, Stanley. Let bygones be bygones. This is going to be easier than you think. Now move this over here for me. Don't do that. Are you ready?
Goodbye, Ollie.
Goodbye, Stanley. 1, 2.
Ollie.
What?
I just thought of something. Listen, you remember once you were telling me that when we passed away, we'd come back on this earth in some other form, like a bird or a dog or a horse or something?
Oh, you mean reincarnation?
Yeah, that's it. Well, now that we're going to go, what would you like to be when you come back?
I don't know. I've never given it much thought. I like horses. I guess I'd like to come back as a horse.
Huh.
What would you like to be when you come back?
Oh, I'd rather come back as myself. I always got along swell with me.
You can't come back as yourself. Now, come on and stop wasting my time. Are you ready?
Goodbye, Ollie.
Goodbye. 1, 2.
Ollie, just thought of something. Do you think the water's deep enough? Maybe you might bump your head if it isn't just...
Well, I never thought of that.
Huh. Termites. Hey, we can't jump. There's a fella watching us.
To talk me out of this, I came here to jump in this river, and that's what we're going to do. Now, you quit this horsing around, or I'll jump in without you.
Don't leave me, Ollie.
Well, are you ready? All right.
Goodbye, Ollie.
Shut up. 1, 2.
Pardon me, gentlemen. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, if you don't mind, we're going to jump in the river.
But why commit such a foolish action? Surely your troubles can't be as bad as all that.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell him. All because he fell in love with a dame. Now, isn't that silly?
No woman is worth that.
I should say not.
You haven't seen her. If you knew her as I know her...
I understand, but don't forget there are plenty more fish in the sea.
He's not in love with a fish. It's a girl, you see.
That's just an expression, my friend.
Oh,
I realize there's too much to live for.
sure, you got your dog, and there's me, and...
Life is too precious to throw away on account of some woman who probably isn't worthy of you.
He's right, Ollie. That's what
She's worthy, all right. But there was another man. And if I could meet him face to face, what I'd do to him would be nobody's business.
Yes, sir.
Well, advice is cheap. Maybe if you'd listen to my suggestion, your problem would be solved.
What is your suggestion?
Join the Foreign Legion.
What for?
To forget.
Say, that's not a bad idea, Ollie. It's better than jumping in. You could forget and all our troubles.
You're right, Stanley. Thank you, mister, for telling us.
It was a pleasure. Goodbye and good luck.
Goodbye. Gee, that's great, isn't it? Now we don't have...
Say, we can't join the Foreign Legion. We gotta be back in Des Moines on the 17th. Well, you ready? 1.
Just a minute, Ollie. Hey, mister. If we join the Foreign Legion, how long will it take him to forget?
No time at all. Just a matter of a few days.
Well, that's swell. We'll have
Sure.
plenty of time.
Great.
Now we don't have to worry about it. Say, we won't need this, will we?
No.
Lieutenant, close order drill for the first platoon.
Very well, sir.
These clothes sure don't fit you very well, do they?
Oh, they'll be all right for now. We only use them for a few days until I forget.
That's right, too.
Left time. Left. Right shoulder. Turn. What's left? Turn. Left flank. Turn. Right flank. Turn. The rear. Turn. What's right about? Turn. The left flank. Turn. The right flank. Turn. What's right about? Turn. What's left? Turn. Pardon us.
Well, look who's here. Hey, Ollie, look.
Well, blow me down. What a small world. Well, we followed your advice.
Yeah, but nothing's happened yet, has it, Ollie?
Show these men, Commandant.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll be seeing you.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Gee,
Goodbye.
don't he look good?
Sure does.
Hey, where you gonna have dinner?
Attention!
Bye.
Good morning.
I'll now assign you to your duties. Reveille at 5, you dress quickly, make up your bunks and get ready for inspection. Inspection until 7. 10 minutes for breakfast. You drill until 1 and march until 4.
What about lunch?
You'll have that while marching. You have inspection until 6. 15 minutes for mess, kitchen duties until 10, inspection until 11, then taps. That is all.
We have to do all that. You won't have time to forget. Why don't you tell him?
How much do we get for all this work?
100 centimes a day.
Well, that's not bad.
How much is that in American money?
Oh, American money? Well, it's equivalent to about 3 cents a day. Of course, it varies with the rate of exchange.
Well, how much do we get for overtime?